Welcome! In this video you will be learning 8 valuable lessons that help me get from zero to millions with investing. And my hope really is that this information is helping you to become a better investor. But I think it can also be applied in business and helpful also even in your general life. I am Hamann from H2 Intel, helping you succeed with investing. Buckle up, we are getting started right now. Okay people, I will be showing you the 8 valuable lessons that helped me get massive success with investing. And before I get into that, I would like to share a little background story about myself. I was first an engineer and then a project manager in the German automotive industry, and I was not really happy. I felt stuck in the rat race, and some of you might feel the same way right now. I ask myself, how can I make this work? How can I be successful financially? And for me, it all started with investing. So I started investing in 2014 and I really had a tough start. So I was overloaded with information and I simply did not know what works and what does not work. And that learning process led me to a lot of different approaches, from active trading, Elliott wave analysis, leveraged stock speculation, and also bottom-up fundamental company analysis. I really spent all my spare time in trying to figure out how to invest successfully. I spent probably 6 hours every day, 7 days a week to try to figure this out. I probably spent over 20 grand in courses that were relatively specialized but taught me always something new about investing, and that helped a lot. But no one really focused on the basics that I needed. So I really struggled at the beginning with investing and I wanted to get wealth fast. And the truth is, I actually made over 200 grand relatively quickly, and I thought, okay, I have figured this out, I made it. But the hard truth was, I did not. I was not stable in my approach and I lost the money even more quickly than I made it. And this was really a tough day for me. It was not only a tough day, it was a tough week, tough month, tough year. And I really asked myself, should I stop doing this because I cannot make it work, or do I continue with this and keep going? And I thought to myself, I have spent so much time with this, and turning now back, it was impossible for me to do. So I just kept going. So I did not stop. I continued learning to invest. And as you can see in this picture, it's showing my 1-bedroom apartment in Germany. I really tried to live frugally, tried to save a lot of money, and tried to put every single dollar and euro to work in the markets. And I used the time, thought about my approach, refined my process, and really focused not on short-term success but long-term investing. And this really helped me a lot to get investing success. And this is the place I live right now in Cyprus, a beautiful beachfront villa. And Cyprus is great, a lot of sunshine, a lot of positivity, a lot of new and cool people with fresh ideas and a complete different mindset. And I really like it here. And based on my success in investing, I got asked from my family, from close friends, Harry, tell me, how did you do it? Can you teach me the same? So I basically tried to figure out how to teach the same know-how and process for normal people, to apply this with limited amount of time and with limited amount of capital successfully. And this is what I do 20% now. I help other people become better investors. This was basically the story about my background, and now we are getting into the valuable stuff that you all have been waiting for. And we start here with lesson number 1. And as you can see, it really is about an understanding of the current situation in which you are in, and also the goals that you have, so where you want to be going. So you are here right now, but you want to go here. Here are your goals. And the first thing to understand is that your current situation, you're really responsible for it. It sounds tough, it is tough, but you have to accept it. And if you accept your current situation, then you know that the person you are right now needs to change in order to achieve those goals, because the same person cannot make it happen. And this is really awareness about yourself, about your situation, and also about your goals. So you need to figure out your own goals and basically figure out what do I really want in life and what has a priority. And this awareness and this goal setting is really the first step in getting massive success in investing. And this helped me really a lot. Now the second lesson is really focus and commitment. So focus means you really, if you want to prioritize investing, you really need to do it. So you cannot do 100 things and expect great results. You really need to, if you want financial results, there are different ways to do it. Investing is definitely one of them. I know from experience. But if you want to have the success, you cannot do 500 different things. You really must focus on that. And because if you don't focus, you will be going nowhere. And this is crucially. So focus really then means you need to think and do investing at least once per day, whatever, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, but you need to have this focus in your life. Because if you're never thinking about investing, if you're never doing investing, then you will not be a successful investor. It sounds very simple, but that is the truth. And commitment really means there is no plan B. Because once you realize that you want to make this work, that you want to become a successful investor, then you go all in. And this is really required for you to be successful. But that does not mean you need to spend 100% of your time on investing or becoming a better investor. You can do this in your spare time, in parallel to your full-time job. This is absolutely possible. But the commitment just means you don't give up, you continue to learn, and you be very consistent about it. And no matter what is thrown in your way, you will figure out how to overcome those barriers and continue forward. And this is really commitment. Now, lesson number 3 is really about invest in yourself first. And it is about know-how and process, because in investing, without the know-how, the proven know-how and the proven process, you will get nowhere, because there's so much information out there. And most information is simply wrong. Most people are wrong. Most people are not millionaires. Even less people are billionaires. And this just means if a small fraction of those people are really successful, not everyone can do it. And this also means most information that is out there is just noise and will get you nowhere. And the question is, of course, how to find this valuable information. And really it is about learning from people that have done it, that have made this capital by investing their own capital, not by someone else's capital, but with their own capital. Because if you put your own capital as risk, you really try to figure out and make this work. So if you have your own capital invested in the market, you have skin in the game. And this means you have the risk for yourself. And this means you really want to make this work. And these are not people that are marketers or influencers, and also usually not people on YouTube. So of course you can learn some nuggets from successful people. So learn from investors, successful investors that are at least multi-millionaires. People that have done it with their own capital, they can teach to other people how this is being done. But not from a marketer, not from an influencer. You can of course learn on YouTube a lot of stuff about theory of what is an ETF and stuff like this. But how to make money with investing, this is a whole different story. This you cannot learn from everyone. But the crucial thing in this lesson is really that you spend some capital on yourself, on your know-how and your process, because this will pay in the future multiples that you put in. And most people do not realize that. Of course, you want the results quickly. You want to click buy a stock and hope that it goes up tenfold. But this is not the reality. The reality is you need to do the work. You need to invest in yourself, in your know-how, in your process, and then the results will come. So lesson number 4 is really about consistent execution. And this is really what matters to get investing success. So there are 2 parts, thinking and doing. Thinking is important. For example, making a plan where you want to go. This is important, but the most important part is the execution, and the consistent execution every day, every week, every month. Because only the doing will get you what you want, not the thinking. You can learn and think and study all you want and watch YouTube videos, but the truth is you need to do this stuff yourself. You need to make the analysis yourself. You need to figure this out, learn of course, but then you need to maybe have a plan for a portfolio and then construct a portfolio, put the capital to work, and so on and so on. And this takes time, of course. An analysis where you should your capital or which asset class you should invest in. This takes, of course, a lot of time, but you need to do this, and this is part of the execution. So, of course, if you're here right now and you want to go here, the point is these are big goals, and it is overwhelming at the beginning for you because you think, oh my God, these are such big goals. How can I achieve this? And the key here is to really chunk down your goals into sub-goals, into small steps. Because with small steps, you have your big picture, you have your goals, your end goal in mind. But if you make the sub-goals and the small steps, you're really not getting overwhelmed, and you just focus on executing the next step, getting to the next sub-goal. And this is really what can bring you a lot of success, that has brought me a lot of success in investing, just trying to take this slowly. So for you, this could mean, for example, okay, what income do I have? What expenses do I have? And how much capital can I start to invest? And this could be maybe just $1,000, but this can be already enough. And then you're already at the next step, because as soon as the capital gets to work, you potentially can make some first returns. And this is the first step. You see, it all starts with the first action, and then the second action, then the third action, and so on, and accumulated over time. This brings success. Now, lesson number 5 is really highly, highly, highly important. I can't stress this enough, because in the markets, there really is a lot of psychology involved in getting success in the markets, and this has to do with your own psychology, but also the psychology of the market. And here we're talking first of all about your own psychology. So leverage your mind, and this means to get where you want to go, to achieve your financial goals with investing, you need to change and you need to shift your mindset, because the person you are right now has not done it, has not achieved that. That means you need to become a person that is able of doing that. And for that, you need to flip your mind, shift your mind, and make it possible. And what I mean, you can see here on the right side of the screen that basically the person that you are right now, so for me, this is the bottom person. Okay, this was at the beginning when I started investing, this was the person that I was, without the know-how, without the process, without the discipline, and without the control of my own mind. And what I mean with that is the same person cannot achieve that. And if this person cannot achieve it, you must figure out that you keep this person in check, in control. And so there has actually to become a new person almost. And this is the top guy here. And he controls the guy you are right now, basically. So basically you can almost imagine there's a third person, and this third person is watching you. And you really try to be this third person that pulls the strings of your own self. And I know this sounds a bit strange and crazy, but the truth is, if you do that, then you can really push it and leverage your mind and achieve goals that were not possible before. And if you do this consistently, and if you don't give your current self an out, so I'm doing this later, I'm doing this tomorrow, I'm not starting to invest in my own knowledge and so on. If you don't give you this opt out, then the third person that is watching you sees this weak mindset and says, no, you're not getting out of this one. You will do this every day and get forward. And with that mentality shift, you really can achieve a lot, because this forces you to execute. And with execution, you can get to your next goal much more quickly. So this is the power of leveraging your mind. And I can tell you from experience, this was one of the most important factors that contributed to my investing success. This sounds crazy, but it is not, because investing, this is a lot about psychology, and not only your own psychology, but also the market's psychology, because in the markets, you always have people that are trading, buying and selling different securities. And so it's always about people. Of course, they're working for firms, big funds and so on, but at the end of the day, the people are pulling the strings. And the people are emotional, and even institutional investors with a lot of rationality, they make psychological mistakes. And this is really where the great investors and the not so great investors distinguish themselves, by psychology. Now, lesson number 6 is really about patience and long-term thinking. And I told you before that I first tried with active trading, a lot of leverage involved, a lot of stock speculation, long and short portfolios and so on. I tried all of this, and I'm telling you, it can work. I know people that make it work, but it is really, really, really difficult. You have to be really on your top game and be among the best traders out there. Otherwise, you will not make it. This is just a simple truth. And as a private investor, as a private person, actually what I told myself I should be doing is I should increase the probabilities of success as much as possible. So why am I doing the things where I know are very, very hard to do? And why am I not focusing on the things where my probability of success is higher? And I learned this really the hard way, that patience and long-term thinking really goes a long way. So this is a massive, massive success factor in investing. And doing less is really more, and long time frames, they help you to quickly grow your wealth, because most people think, okay, I want to invest in the markets, I want to get rich fast. But the result is they get poor faster. And I experienced the exact phenomenon myself. So paradoxically, what actually works is you trying to get rich not fast, but slow. And this will grow your wealth faster. So it's really upside down, but this is how it works. And this is why the patience and long-term thinking in years, not in days or weeks, really will put you in the driver's seat and get you investing success. And because if you think about all the great investors, there really are long-term investors. They are usually with the most amount of capital, is usually not the trader. Of course, there are brilliant traders out there and they can make 1 million, 2 million, whatever, but usually there's a ceiling. And then after 1 million, there is so much psychology involved with active trading that the sums become so large that this amount of capital is influencing you. And if you are a long-term investor, usually you make a lot of analysis and then you buy your securities that you think will go up, and then you don't look as much as on your portfolio. So you're not looking every day at the screens, and this will automatically give you a lot more clarity and a lot more patience, and you feel much more calm. And this is one factor why long-term investors potentially can make much, much more capital than an active trader. And the results show this as well. Now, lesson number 7 is really about keep it simple, stupid, KISS. And at the beginning, I really thought to myself, okay, investing, I need to figure out all those cool things like options trading, CFD trading, futures trading, spread trading, whatever, long short portfolios, macro investing, and all of that stuff. But in me trying to be fancy, I actually had a result that my portfolio and my wealth went down fast. And what really helped me to increase the probabilities of success in investing is to keep it simple. This actually to just learn and do the simple things that no one is doing. But if you do them, you're actually getting massive, massive results. And this really helped me keep it simple with investing. Now, lesson number 8, the final lesson, is really to think for myself. Think for yourself and ignore the noise out there, because there's a lot of news and a lot of gurus out there that say, okay, the stock market is going to crash and so on. If you listen to the news, and the agenda of the news is basically to sell news. So they just want clicks. But the news guys are not investors. They're not putting their own capital to work. So you cannot listen to them for advice in investing. I mean, it's clear, right? And the gurus is the same thing. They all want attention. They usually maybe run some media company, marketing agency or whatever. They want this attention from you, and they seem like they know a lot. But the truth is, they cannot. make it. They did not make capital with investing, or maybe they did not make capital at all by anything. And so these are really the unsuccessful people. And the successful people are really the investors that have own capital, put this to work, and have shown year over year over year over year that they have the consistent returns. Those are the people that can make this work. So what I thought to myself, or how I achieved success with this lesson, was really that I stopped listening to anyone. Of course, I learned from really, really good people. You can still do that. It's okay. But at the end of the day, no one will hold your hand in investing. Because let's say even a really good investor, he can tell you maybe once, okay, this is a good investing opportunity, and you might buy it. But then 1 month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, you ask yourself, okay, should I hold this? Should I sell it? What should I do? So no one is holding your hand. The top guy, the Warren Buffetts of this world, they're not helping the average Joe or Jane trying to invest and telling him how to buy and sell. So you at the end of the day, you cannot listen to that, and you have to come to your own conclusions. And if you're just forcing you to think for yourself and making your own decisions, you really can learn and move much more quickly towards success in investing. And by thinking for myself, really this helped me to grow my wealth a lot quicker. With the information coming up in this channel, I really hope that this will help you improve your investing and accelerate your learning curve, and resulting in you becoming much more quickly a successful investor. And I know 100% that everyone can do this. There is not a single person, no matter what your experience or background, you can do this. Absolutely, I 100% believe in that. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of know-how and process. So learn from really good people, find everything, digest it, and try to apply it in your own life. And this is really a channel from an investor perspective, from someone that has made his wealth with investing, the majority of it, and has still to this day focuses the majority of his time on investing his own capital. And I'm not a marketer, I'm not an influencer. And this is, I think, the unique perspective that this channel can bring. And if you have any questions about investing, please let me know in the comments, and I will collect those questions. I will structure them, and in later videos I will answer them. So I hope you get some valuable information out of that as well. So basically, this channel is about learn how to invest, become a better investor, grow your wealth with investing. And I really support Main Street, not Wall Street. This means not the rich guys, not the Warren Buffetts of this world and so on, because they are not here to help you. And usually the other people that are here to help you, the marketers and influencers, they know maybe some really good theory about investing, but they cannot really teach you what brings great success in investing. And those people, and in my friend circle, I have a lot of successful investors that are in this range, not billionaires, but multimillionaires, and they really know the stuff in and out. So if I talk with 5 investors, it's crazy how similar we think and how similar this conversation is. And to myself, I try to find this information somewhere in the internet, in a course, on YouTube, whatever. I could not find it. So of course there are some nuggets everywhere that you can take for yourself and improve your know-how. But I did not really see a focus on those types of people that are maybe sub 1 million and want to get to above 1 million or build an investing portfolio of 6 figures and 7 figures. So those types of people, it's really, I think, where this channel will be focusing on. And I think this will bring great new perspectives to you. So last thing, please subscribe and ring the bell. This would help me out a lot, because this channel is new and I want to produce more content that will help you. So by you subscribing right now and ringing the bell, this helps me, and this will increase the probability that I will make more videos. So yeah, my advice to you is just use this free information, leverage this channel for success, and I wish you all happy investing. Thanks.